All right, here's our bok choy. I got the baby bok choys coming up. There's even one right here. That's the kale. And that's the Swiss chard down here coming up. That's looking pretty nice. I might pick a couple of those leaves to give to the chickens as a treat today. Here's my spinach. I do have a little sprout right here that's probably broccoli. I got one over there. I don't know. We'll just keep on with this one. Here I have, what are these? Radishes. Right here. I don't remember what this is, but there's some growing here. Looks a lot like the spinach, so it's probably spinach. I don't see anything else trying to sprout in here. Oh wait, there's a beet. Little baby beet. My peas and my carrots seem to be doing the best they can. And my onions, keep having issues with them. I only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that look good now. The wind and weather's just been too rough on them. Let's go in the greenhouse. Hey guys, welcome back to the greenhouse. I know my videos haven't been coming as often as they were before. Been going through some family stuff. Kind of takes my time away from things, but you know, we're getting back where we need to be. You just have to be patient with me while things are happening. Today, I showed you what was going on outside. I uncovered everything. I watered everything outside. I'll probably do some reseeding of some stuff as well, both for the purpose of succession seeding, but also some things just haven't been coming up very well. I will show you what's going on in the greenhouse as well. Everything seems to be doing just fine. Nothing major going on. I don't have any baby strawberries. Do have a flower or two coming up though. But I'll show you all this stuff in a little bit. We are going to be seeding some other things, some more herbs and stuff. I'm going to be using, I have 3 containers like this. They were in my kitchen window last year, and I used them to grow rosemary, thyme, and parsley, and they did great. So I'm going to be planting some herbs. I have 3 of these. So I'm going to be planting some herbs in these. I'm going to probably be filling up a couple more of these pots that I have that I can hang up and putting some herbs and stuff in this. Things that'll be easy for growing in the pots, you know, something that's not going to grow too big. And then the other thing, provided I have enough compost and stuff, the other thing I'm going to be doing is using up the rest of these and putting some stuff in here that can grow in a small container environment. I also brought out my garden journal that I've been using and some pens. What I do in my garden journal is I try to sketch out like where I put things and just keep track of what I'm doing. So I'm gonna do that today. I'm just gonna pick a page. I'm gonna put the date of what date I'm doing things in and just list all of my tasks. so I can keep up with when I started things and when I did things. Today, one of the things I did was I added a little bit of fertilizer, food, to all of my containers, including these small ones. I just sprinkled some on top. We still have technically like 2 weeks before we're supposed to be putting stuff out. I think it's May 9th. May 9th is our last frost date. Most people do things Mother's Day weekend. So it's just kind of to keep them a little boosted until I can start putting things outside. The outside is coming along well. We still have a couple of tasks we have to do before I can rearrange all of the totes and make my outside garden what my outside garden is going to be. We still have a lot of wind going on though, so braids for wind. I'm not going to be working outside a whole lot just because of the wind. I'm going to do some stuff inside today. Everything in here has been watered. So I'm going to start some seeds. I went into town and I went to TJ Maxx by Cal Ranch, and they had one of these containers for, I paid $14 for it. It is missing one of the little plastic containers inside, but that's okay because I have some packets that are too big to go in there and I just use that space for it. But this is what I'm keeping my seeds in now. These are some seeds I just bought. But I separated everything out in here so that when I want to pick something up, like, you know, if I want to pull out my onion seeds, all of the varieties of onions I have are in here. So it makes it easier to keep up with them. It keeps them stored nice and dry. Carl, if you see this, I have not planted the corn seeds yet, but I am going to. That's after this next cold spell. We're supposed to have 2 more days with temperatures in the 30s at night. And when it says that Concho is going to be 38 or 39 on my property, what that means is it's going to be closer to 32 to 30 to 32. So I don't want to put any seeds out because I don't want anything to sprout right before it gets cold and then that cold temperature hurt it. After Monday, I will be working on the outside garden, probably full force, and I will get my corn, beans started out there, and then I'm going to plant squash as well. Those are going to be in ground. I've not planted in ground here before, but we're going to give it a shot and see how it goes. So that's what I'm doing today. I'll bring you along for it. I want to thank you for being patient while I was working on doing taking care of some family things back home. If any of my family from back home in Georgia are watching, just know that I care about everybody out there. Everybody is in my thoughts and prayers, and you know, it's going to be a rough next few days, but just hang in there and things will get better at some point. So let's get started seeding some stuff. All right, guys, I had a phone call from my oldest daughter, so I didn't film any of the seeding that I did because I was talking to her while I did that. As I said, we've got some family stuff going on back in Georgia, and so there's a lot of conversation for all of us. But I wanted to show you what all is going on in the greenhouse and what all I accomplished today. So here's a plant update and a what I did today update. My lettuce is looking great down here. I love the way the lettuce is looking. There are some radishes growing in here. I added some fertilizer plant food stuff and watered that in today. Here are my green onions and whatever this stuff is. I'm sure it's a lettuce. If it grows, great. If it doesn't, I'm not worried about it. These strawberries never accomplished anything. These were the ones that came in a bag and they didn't do anything. My cilantro here and here are doing great. Everything in here seemed to have been chives. I was on a chive run at the time. I do have this one basil plant in here that's doing good. I planted some more basil seeds in there as well, and they seem to be coming up. So I planted all of this. Let me look at my notes. So I planted in this, I planted sage, some more radishes in here, this level. This level is dill, all the way around. This level is rosemary, all the way around. And then this down here, this level is going to be catnip. In this one right here, I planted lemon basil. I transplanted one of the cherry tomatoes in here and one of the Roma tomatoes in here, because I will have tomatoes that I keep in the greenhouse in pots, and then I will have some that I plant out. As y'all know, I quit with the flower seeds here because they weren't doing anything. But once I start transplanting all of these things outside, we'll start working on this again. This is kohlrabi. I have serrano peppers here. I have Anaheim peppers back there. I have butternut squash in that back corner. This is a cayenne pepper. These are jalapeno pepper plants. My bell peppers didn't do anything. That acorn squash didn't do anything. Those two acorn squash didn't do anything. So I'm going to reseed the bell. Actually, I'm probably just going to buy bell pepper starts. And if I can find acorn squash starts, I'll buy those as well. Or maybe I'll seed them when I seed the corn and the beans. Three sisters kind of thing. I have another dragon's egg cute there. Zucchini here. Another kohlrabi. Never eaten kohlrabi. Don't know how it's going to do. Don't know what to do with it. But for the love of God, it's sprouting like crazy. Hatch peppers did not sprout. I had them last year, so I don't think it'll be an issue. I got Roma tomatoes, cherry tomatoes, concho peppers, never sprouted. Banana peppers, didn't. Is that a sprout back there? Looks like there might be one little green sprout right there. We'll keep it going. Zucchini, cuke, beefsteak tomato, eggplant, kohlrabi. Zucchini, cukes, crookneck squash, okra, eggplant, kohlrabi. I planted parsley in these two. And then my strawberries are down there. I put two dragon's egg cukes in there. They were both in that one pot, so I just put the whole thing in there. And then that one right there is one of the pukakiri cucumbers. So I'll have those grow inside and see how that goes. Once we get over our next, sorry for the finger, once we get over our next 2 days, wait a minute, holding it the wrong way. Once we get over the next 2 days of cold nights that we have, I may move the strawberries outside as soon as I start working on the outside area of our garden. But yeah, that's it. I need to do some cleaning in here, but that's basically what's going on in the garden. I want to thank everybody for continuing to be patient as we are going through the things we're going through. I want to thank everybody who's watching. If you are a person who prays, I asked you to pray for my family. If you are a person who believes in just positive energy, send all the positive energy you can. Sorry. If your people back home know that I love you and I care about you, and we'll continue talking to each other. Thank you for spending time in my garden. If you're going through hard troubles and hard times with your family or with your health or with anything else, spend some time with your plants. Spend some time with your hands in the dirt. It helps. Nature has a wonderful healing property to it. Until next time, see ya.